Hi, friends. My name is Sophie Ziegler, and I am talking today about mapping trans joy. We are, as you'll see, reimagining the geography of Louisiana through a lens of trans joy. This is what we're going to cover today. Really quickly, we don't want to take a lot of your time, so we'll just jump right in. This is Team Trans Joy. It's me again. Hi, everybody. Sophie Ziegler, they, them pronouns. I'm with the Louisiana Trans Oral History Project and the Solidarity History Initiative, both of whom are partners in this project. Our other partner, who can't be here today, but is with us in spirit, is Natalie Neofolk. She or they pronouns, and Natalie is with the Last Call Oral History Project. And we also have SK Grohl, any pronouns with respect, coming from Title, NOLA, LSU, and Baton Roots. Hi, SK.
Hi, Sophie. Folks, I'm going to take us through a little quick grounding. Now, this project is all about trans joy, so we're going to take a moment to think about our own personal joy. I would love if you would take a moment as you're comfortable and just kind of notice where you're at, where your body's at. If you're sitting, you're standing, you're laying down. If you can, take a minute to feel your breath and close your eyes. And to think about a time and a place where you experienced joy, right? Where are you? What are the sensory experiences of that place? What can you smell and see and hear and touch? What are you feeling? Who are you surrounded with? If you had a place come to mind, I'm so delighted. And if this was a hard experience for you to imagine a time or a place where you felt that joy, that's okay. You know, what we're thinking about in this project is how we can share more of our spaces of joy and imagining a world where sharing that joy is inherent and it's possible all the time, because we know that that opens up magic for our daily lives if we are experiencing more joy and if we're celebrating that joy.
Talk a little bit about why we're doing this project, why mapping trans joy is important to us, and we hope to a lot of people we've talked to, also important to them. And for that, we'll talk a little bit about the opposite of joy, right? So in 2021, more than 290 bills were filed across the country that would harm trans and queer communities. In 2022, that increased to roughly 300, and we're now in 2023, and things are just getting worse and worse. Specifically here in Louisiana, we see an increase in attacks on our access to equitable health care, education, social spaces, and overall culture. We also know, and this has been ongoing for quite some time, that the narratives of trans life, especially in the South, tend to be focused on trauma and negativity. And while those are very, very important, we are looking to extend beyond that narrative and talk more about joy. And we want to think about the geographies of joy and how our geographies, where we happen to live, where it is that we feel connected, where it is that we're placed on a map, don't necessarily dictate our ability to have joy. So all of this was our motivation for starting the project.
And when we're thinking about mapping trans joy, we're thinking about what it even is, right? And for our team, we wanted to map those places where trans people felt affirmed, felt loved, feel like we're flourishing, where we feel accepted and we feel acceptance, where we are safe, whether that is for a moment or hopefully forever, right? And we know that these are complicated and fluid things, but for us, they felt important and inherent in celebrating trans joy. We're going to look at a couple of examples of our beautiful collaborators and community members who are sharing their places of joy. And up first is Natalie Neofolk talking about Bayou Bienvenue. Natalie's is a great example of a video where somebody is at their joy spot and sharing directly from there.
Hey everyone, it's Natalie Neofolk, and I am here at one of my favorite spots of trans joy in Louisiana. It's the Bayou Bienvenue here in the lower Ninth Ward in New Orleans. And it's one of my favorite spots because it's really private. You can come here with one other person or by yourself for some cute reflection time. And it really brings you back into your center and stuff. As you can see, there's some pelicans over there doing their thing. And there's some steps here. You just come to bring yourself a cocktail and, just ponder and look at the landscape. It's really sweet, really intimate and private. And so, yeah, this is why I love it here. It brings me so much joy to be out with nature communing. And at the Bayou Bienvenue. Y'all should come and check it out.
We're going to look at a second video, and this video is of our community member, Camilla, who is sharing her space of joy, the New Orleans Healing Center. Now, Camilla's video is a little bit different than Natalie Nia Polk's video because she is not at the New Orleans Healing Center when she's contributing it. We want to say we're celebrating both kinds of contributions to the Joy Map, so you don't need to be at the location in order to share a video about it.
Hi, my name is Camilla Marchina. Thank you, Sophie, for putting together this project to capture trans joy. One of the first thoughts that came to mind was the tweet group sessions that for trans women that I participated in for about 2 years. We first started doing them at Crescent Care, but we had the goal of leaving the clinic setting and finding a space that was welcoming and safe for us. That space ended up being the New Orleans Healing Center on St. Claude. Stepping inside for the first time, I could feel a different energy. I knew it was a special place. The center has amazing artwork done by local artisans, rooms where people are doing yoga, taking Spanish classes, and a co-op with fresh groceries. There just isn't many places like it in the city. So every session, we had anywhere from about 5 to 20 women coming together on a weekly basis to talk about issues we face, how we can overcome them, and healing from the traumas that we have endured. Most of the time, it was just listening to one another and realizing that we aren't alone in the struggle. We had sessions dedicated to self-love and mental health that have stuck with me to this day. Sometimes we would just catch up with each other and talk about whatever was going on in each other's lives or in the world. Regardless, though, of what the session was about, I always left feeling loved, empowered, and uplifted. It was something that I looked forward to every week. And now when I pass by the center, those same feelings come over me. So that is my trans joy. And beyond it, anywhere that I am with my sisters. Thank you.
I love those videos. Even my grouchiest day is no match for those. So you can find both of those on the mappingtransjoy.org website, as well as several others of people around the state of Louisiana. And you can also add yours. We would love that very much. We try to make it as easy as possible to do so. So all you would have to do is go to mappingtransjoy.org/share. You'll see a video ask, sort of an invitation video with me talking about what's going on. All you have to do is reply, hit the big reply button to that. And you can choose to do a video, do audio, or simply just do text. And then we also ask that you fill out the Tell Us About You form. This is really important for those of us on the team, just to make sure that we can clarify anything that might not be clear, make sure the map reflects the location that you want, and just sort of be in touch as needed. So please do fill all of that out, and then we will add it to the map, and you will be part of the Mapping Trans Joy project, and you will be helping us reimagine the geography of Louisiana through a lens of trans joy. The last thing that I want to say is both of those videos, as SK said, they reflect two different ways of approaching this, either being at a site or not, and both of those are perfectly fantastic. And also, we want to make sure that this can just be a very quick submission, just sort of a thing you just happen to think about. It doesn't take a lot of prep. We can just capture a joy moment as it happens. You can just submit these things through your phone. And yeah, I hope you'll consider it.
Like Sophie said, there are a lot of different ways to contribute to this project. Thankfully, we have funding for the next 20 people who submit video contributions to the map to receive $50, and that is thanks to funding brought to us by the Louisiana Endowment for the Humanities.
And this project has benefited from the Louisiana Endowment for the Humanities in a number of ways, being able to pay contributors, being able to pay for the infrastructure to keep the project going. So we do want to thank them very publicly. We also want to fulfill their wishes, that everybody who gets grant funds from them, that we do say that we are very thankful, and also none of our views, findings, or conclusions or recommendations that are expressed in this project necessarily represent those of the National Endowment for the Humanities. So thank you again to the Louisiana Endowment for the Humanities for helping all of this happen.
And we would love to stay connected with you. You can find us and our affiliated projects on Instagram, Twitter, the internet as a whole, or you can email us at mappingtransjoy@gmail.com.
Thanks, y'all. Hope to see you, Joy, soon.